Hey guys, TGKS Productions. So as you know, recently with the new Diamond Casino Heist update, Rockstar made some changes to the PvP in GTA Online. Now, I know a lot of people covered this over the past couple days, but I sort of wanted to talk about it and cover it myself, as well as what I think this means for GTA Online in the future. You know, I don't think Rockstar just did this arbitrarily. We've seen them make changes to PvP in the Diamond Casino Resort update. Back in July, they made changes to passive mode. So I'm going to talk about some of the changes they made in this update, but I also, like I said, I don't want to just talk about the changes, sort of what those changes are. I also want to talk about, you know, really what that means for the future of GTA Online, because, like I said, they're not just, you know, I don't believe they're just arbitrarily making these changes, you know. I think, you know, I'll be honest, I don't know, Rockstar's support isn't always the best, but, you know, they're slow with making a lot of changes GTA Online, but I think that, you know, they're really making a statement by making these changes, even though they're sort of subtly, you know, subtle changes, you know, and again, like I said, their support isn't the best. I think this is their way of sort of speaking out, speaking to the community and sort of answering a lot of our questions and a lot of the arguments that's been going on, you know, in the community over the past, you know, months and years, and I'm going to talk about what I mean by that. So Rockstar made two main changes to PvP in GTA Online, and the first one is basically EWO, what a lot of people refer to, or choosing the easy way out, basically, and that's, you know, essentially just an option in the interaction when you need to kill yourself. What they made two changes to that. The first change is basically if you choose the easy way out, there's a 5-minute timer on it. So you're going to see here, I'm going to pull up, choose, you know, I'm going to go hover over the option again. You're going to see it's grayed out, and I have, you know, it's a little under 5 minutes at this point, but essentially it starts at 5 minutes. It's a 5-minute timer. The other changes I don't really show here, but I didn't really have a need to go kill somebody, you know. I didn't really test this with my friends or anything. But the other change, it's in the patch notes, you can go read it, was basically if you kill somebody and you try to choose easy way out, it will also be disabled. If you kill somebody, choosing the easy way out is disabled for 1 minute. So that's the other change they made to GTA Online. Or I should say the other change they made as far regarding choosing the easy way out. So you have a 5-minute timer if you choose the easy way out, as well as if you kill somebody, you have a 1-minute timer before you can use it again. Now the next major change they made to GTA Online regarding PvP is with the MK2 oppressor. In my opinion, definitely a must-needed change. Now this gets a little bit confusing because there's a little bit of a loophole to this, but sort of the loophole I'm talking about isn't really a damaging effect regarding the MK2 oppressor. I'm actually kind of happy they left what I'm going to talk about in the game, which I'll cover that in a minute. But basically the two biggest changes they made regarding the MK2 oppressor is, number one, if you yourself, as you saw here, if I blow up my oppressor or if someone else blows up my oppressor, essentially I have a 5-minute timer until I can call it back in, whether that's from my mechanic or whether it's from my MC, you know, president option, you know, spawning the vehicle in, or from my terabyte services. It's a 5-minute timer. You cannot call the MK2 oppressor in if it gets blown up by you or another player. You have, at least not immediately like you used to. You have to wait 5 minutes. Now the second major change that goes along with the MK2 oppressor that's going to yield you a 5-minute timer is if you spawn it in the MC president option, for example, or even, I guess, if you call it in from, you know, with the mechanic. You'll see here I'm calling it in with the MC president option. But basically, if you call it in and then immediately return it to storage, like you're seeing here with the MC president option, you're going to end up having a 5-minute timer. So the easy way to sort of understand how it works as far as it getting destroyed, as well as it, you know, if you put it back into storage, is basically whether, you know, if the vehicle has to go back into storage in some way, shape, or form, whether it's getting destroyed or you're putting it physically back into storage, that's pretty much gonna, you know, that's what's gonna, you know, give you a 5-minute timer overall. Now, as far as what you're still allowed to be able to do is, as you're seeing here, I am running away from my MK2 oppressor. You're seeing it doesn't say return to storage. As I stated, returning it to storage is what ultimately gives you the timer. If you say, per se, you know, spawn your MK2 oppressor with the MC president option and then, you know, drive away from it with a different car or whatever, and it doesn't get destroyed, or you don't return to storage, and it just says, you know, basically, you know, spawn in the MK2 oppressor, you're going to be able to do it without a timer. And similarly with the terabyte, because you can also spawn in with the terabyte, and I'll skip ahead here because you see I have a little bit of a timer. I'll skip to the last few seconds. Similarly, and you'll see on the mini map, you can see my MK2 oppressor. If you spawn it in with the terabyte services and then you drive away you're with certain proximity away from it, you only have a 1-minute timer. So that timer is still kept, because there's always been a 1-minute timer with that, and I'm happy they kept that, because if you've ever done the governing sale where you have Merryweather and you got to go to all 5 drops and have to take out all the Merryweather targets, what I like to do is I'll go to each drop, and before I drop the weapons, I'll spawn in the MK2 oppressor, and then I'll drop the weapons, and that allows me to be able to take out the Merryweather guards and whatnot a little bit more effectively and efficiently, and quicker just overall, because sometimes it's a pain. Sometimes the Merryweather targets, they have trouble finding you and whatnot. It's just a pain overall. Whereas with this, you're still able to sort of utilize that ability using the terabyte services without it really being abused. So I think Rockstar did a really nice job making these changes. So given these changes, now I sort of want to talk about what this means for GTA Online going on in the future. Now, to be honest, with these changes that were recently made regarding PvP, created a huge controversy in the community as of late. I mean, between so-called tryhards and grinders. I mean, there's so much going on. There's so much tension. I mean, obviously, grinders are happier. Tryhards are absolutely pissed. The two sort of tryhards I want to sort of mention, I'm going to sort of reference here, is Low-Key X and Shoot 'em Up Shot YT, I believe that's his name. Again, you're probably wondering why you're going to reference tryhards and whatnot. The reason why is, again, I'm going to sort of, take what they have and use that, as points, for my argument, and why I believe, really just, Rockstar does not agree with tryhards, and why, their whole point of view of GTA Online is honestly just completely and utterly skewed. It's wrong. And yeah, I mean, just their whole idea of GTA Online is completely wrong. And like I said, I'm going to use their points to explain why. Ultimately, trying to get to, sort of, what I'm going to talk about at the end is what I think this ultimately means for GTA Online in the future with these changes given. So first, let's look at basically what's going on recently as far as, with the changes given, sort of how everybody's responding. So obviously, grinders, they're happy about it. As far as the tryhard community, from what I've seen from, Low-Key X and Shoot 'em Up, which are, I'd say, 2 popular YouTube tryhards, they basically want to declare war on all cargo griefers. At least I know specifically Low-Key X, and I believe Shoot 'em Up, sort of try to make a statement, and, to try to basically, I guess that's their stance, to try to, I guess, I don't know, in a sense, get recognized, or I don't really know what it's going to prove, and like I said, I guess to sort of try to, that's their lashing out to try to get Rockstar's attention. I don't know. I really don't know what it's going to prove, and you're going to see exactly why, especially regarding Rockstar. But that seems to be what's currently going on. I mean, you can watch their current videos, and basically they just want to have, sort of a war against tryhards. Now, as far as the point of view of tryhards, based off of what I see from them, I watched a video from Low-Key X, and again, I watch these videos because I identify more with the grinder. I'm not a tryhard. I don't fight. I don't participate in tryhard activities. I don't identify myself as a tryhard, but I still focus on these videos every now and watch them just so I have a broader view of the community and what's going on, so I can make these arguments and have different points and whatnot to back myself up. So I'm inclined in what's going on with the community. I'm not just completely an airhead to what's going on. But essentially, I remember there was a video with Low-Key X he made about a year ago, and essentially what he stated was that one of the main points, it was basically that the title of the video, I'll see if I can leave it in the description, but basically it was Gilly Master must be stopped, and he was like, F the professional and Mr. Boss and whatnot. I can see why Mr. Boss, I mean, I can see some reasons why, but as far as, professional and Gilly Master go, I mean, as far as the grinders, I mean, I get there's a split there, but here's the deal. His argument was that the whole point of GTA Online is, or at least the main point, is to kill people. He's like, there wouldn't be guns, there wouldn't be cops. The main point of GTA Online is pretty much to kill people, and a lot of tryhards agree with that. And I'm gonna give my reasons why I completely believe that's 100% wrong, and why the main point of GTA Online is not to just go and kill people. In fact, I think that is completely off from what Rockstar intended for GTA Online to be. Now, I will say, I do think killing is a part of GTA Online. I'm not saying that, but in my personal opinion, it's a byproduct of GTA Online. It's not the full purpose of GTA Online. It's just a byproduct. Sure, you're a criminal, and you have criminal business and whatnot. You are gonna have to kill people, but again, that's all for the purpose of making money. Killing is not the main purpose of GTA Online whatsoever. So, if I were to ask you the question, when a new update comes out for GTA Online, what are you thinking to yourself? Let's be honest. Probably what's going through your head is, number one, what's the new content about? I mean, that's everybody's biggest question. But you're also probably thinking, how much is this new content going to cost as far as in-game cash is concerned? How much am I going to have to grind in order to get this money? Or am I going to have to buy shark cards? Or, is there going to be any way to make money off of this new potential business or whatever's coming with the update? That's likely what's running through your mind. I highly doubt you're thinking, how many people do I need to kill for this next update?
I take it this
I
is
don't think that's going through your mind. So, right there alone, I don't see how,
no problem.
The whole point of just going around and killing people in GTA Online, I don't see how that's the whole point given right there. It just isn't. When you think about the activities that you could participate in GTA Online, just about every activity you can do, almost every activity results in you earning cash and XP. And what do you do with that cash and XP? You spend it on expensive, clothing, vehicles, safe houses or apartments, businesses. You're not just, that's what you're doing with your cash, I remember in Loki X, that same video that I was just talking about earlier, he was saying, the only reason why we want money is just to get ammo. Do you think that's why Rockstar implemented business? Is just to make money to buy ammo? I mean, really, you think that's what Rockstar intended? I mean, I don't understand how these people come up with these arguments. It just makes no sense. I mean, you think about it. With these new updates, the reason why Rockstar creates these updates is because they are ultimately a business. Okay. They are a business. They want to make money just like we want to make in-game money, okay? They're a business at the end of the day, okay? They want to make money. And sort of to back this up and sort of, again, to further my reasoning as far as why I think their whole, why Tryhards' view is off is, you think about these new updates that Rockstar implements and how it all costs in-game cash. And if you watch that same video, Loki X, that I was talking about, he basically says at this point everybody has modded accounts. I believe even Shoot 'em Up has a modded account. I've seen him have billions of dollars before. No one can earn $1 billion or more, I mean, multi-billions of dollars at this point legitimately in GTA Online. It's absolutely impossible. So he has a modded account. Loki X basically, oh yeah, we all have modded accounts at this point. I just don't understand, how can you have these new updates that are coming out that require cash, and obviously Rockstar hoping that you buy shark cards. Why in the heck would they want to support somebody who has a modded account and is doing nothing as far as participating in any of their updates or promotions? They're just going around and killing people. Why would they want to support that? And to be honest, if we're being honest with ourselves, the only reason why GTA Online is here today is because of people like me, the grinders, and people that buy the shark cards. That's the only reason why GTA Online is still getting supported today. Otherwise, it would just be like a ghost town in GTA 4. No one would care. In a sense, I think we're giving the Tryhards publicity. That's literally about it. I mean, we're giving them because we've made GTA Online the game that it is. They didn't. Them going around and killing people, that did not give success to GTA Online whatsoever. At all. Okay, the success that came to GTA Online was the fact that Rockstar is making a ton of money due to these shark cards because of these new updates, because people want to make money, which is the main point of the game, to make money and spend it to further your criminal empire, not to go around and kill people. That is why Rockstar has progressed GTA Online for 6.5 years. They're making tons of money due to us, not Tryhards. Okay? And basically, their statement, what I've been talking about this whole video, is that they disagree with Tryhards, and they're, like I said, their support isn't the best, but they're making subtle changes towards them. So, I don't know why, like I said, if it weren't for us furthering GTA Online, these Tryhards would have, really, they wouldn't even exist, Okay, they'd have no publicity. They'd have to go, screw up some other game. And I just think it's ridiculous. They think that they know everything about this game, that they know the whole meaning, they know exactly how it's supposed to be, they know what the whole point of the game is, and I don't see how they do, because none of it makes any sense. And I get it. I mean, GTA is a freedom-based game. This is sort of what ends up leading to a lot of these different, communities and whatnot. You got role-playing communities, role-playing communities, you got Tryhards, you got the grinders. The freedom of GTA is what I think attracts so many people to GTA. But at the same time, that freedom gets abused, so much. And I think the Tryhards, or the Tryhard community is a perfect example of that. And I would say even probably one of the worst parts about all this is that you get these beginners that come into GTA Online. You got to remember, I mean, this game's over 6 years old. I keep saying 6.5 years, but it's over 6 years, a little over 6 years old. But you have to understand something, that these new beginners that come in and they see this, if they go to if they see them first before the grinders and they think this is the way to play. I've already seen new beginners in GTA Online fight like Tryhards, and it's just upsetting to see that these Tryhards are polluting the game, and they're polluting these beginners as far as the improper way or the incorrect way to play GTA Online as far as the main point of it. So I'd love to have one of them try to argue against my point, because I think it's going to be very difficult. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what I want to discuss in this video. I just, I'm sick and tired of sort of the split, and I'm sick and tired of them thinking that they know everything. I would happily, I'd happily, sit down with one of them, have a discussion video or whatever. It'd be very interesting, but I'd really love to see one of them argue against my points in this video. But anyways, guys, I don't want to try to rant it on any longer. Let me know what you guys think. I mean, what do you think the whole point of GTA Online is? I've been playing the game for 6.5 years. I think I have a lot of experience. I think I know a lot about the game, but I'd love to hear what you guys think. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna end it here. Like I said, I don't want to try to make this a huge rant, but I think this was a definitely a necessary video given with what's been going on lately in GTA Online. But anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a great day.